I'm standing right here in the original Petal First Baptist Sanctuary, which was the original building. In fact, this building that is seemingly now so small compared to our current worship center was built many, many years ago. But it was in this very sanctuary in 1999, 20 years ago, where this church made a strategic decision. A decision that would really alter the course of Petal First Baptist Church. You see, they had studied and made a lot of proposals and ideas about what to do with the growth that had been occurring over the last several years up leading to 1999. And in that year, 1999, they made a decision to relocate to the property that we now currently are in on Highway 42. It's been 20 years. And in that 20 years, a lot has taken place. And this building was the vision of a group of people, charter members, who decided to put a church here to reach the community with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so we stand on those shoulders, and they gave and they built and they served and they loved, they worshiped and did things to outlive their lives. And their call echoes the same for us as we stand literally on the footsteps and the foundation of those who've gone before us. And the question is asked today, what will we do? How will the next generation stand on our shoulders and the foundation we've built for generations yet to come? I'm standing right now, as you can see, in front of the Petal Family YMCA. When the church voted to move, they were very fortunate to be able to sell that former building to the Petal School District. And so in 2004, they moved to the Petal Y with the hopes to occupy the building in a very short order. However, it took about 3 years, till 2007, before they were actually able to occupy Petal First Baptist Church as we now know it on Highway 42. So this was its home for 3 years of Petal First Baptist Church until it took its next step to occupy our buildings. So in 2007, there was an exciting time in the life of Petal First Baptist Church, what had been talked about and dreamed about for 8, maybe even almost 10 years of studying and praying, fundraising, getting to this point. So in 2007, they were able to hold their first worship service here. The offices were actually occupied in 2005, right before Hurricane Katrina hit. But in 2007, they only were able to build out the sanctuary space we now occupy, as well as the children and preschool side, and that left still a lot to be done. In recent years, we've been able to complete our fellowship hall space, our full-size commercial kitchen space, as well as some additional classroom space along the way. But you see, there is still much to be done. There are still people that are yet to come to be a part of the life of Petal First Baptist Church. We've been blessed to experience some incredible growth over these last 7 years, and we need more space, and the time has come to launch phase 2 of Outlive Your Life. So one of the phases of Outlive Your Life is we want to do some major renovations in our children and preschools area to bring it up to the 2019 and 20 and beyond. We want to retrofit these areas to make it more kid-friendly, more preschool-friendly, to be more attractional for our kiddos. I'm standing in the children's area where we do worship each week. We want to add some lights. We want to change the ceiling out. We want to add some things on the walls. We want to make this place come alive. And right now it's just kind of some nice, bland, brown walls. We want to make them come alive to enhance our children's worship experience back here and their small group experience as they learn more about what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. On the preschool side, we want to do the same and make the hallways bright and vibrant and make some things that are more kid-friendly for preschool ages as well. We were really blessed just 2 years ago to be able to complete the Tony Marino playground. We also have a shade that we were able to acquire at no cost to the church, but we need to install that shade so in the summertime they can use the playground more regularly when it gets so hot. So a lot of things that we want to see happen back here in our preschool and children's area. I'm now standing on what will be the first phase and maybe the most exciting part of Outlive Your Life Phase 2. I'm standing on the second floor of what is the shell of the second floor that was done in 2002, but it's remained empty and nothing but storage space has been used up here until now. And so our hope is to use the space behind us for youth space, to give our youth their own space to worship, a space where they can have small groups, which in turn, by bringing them up here, will give us much needed space in other areas for life groups and also for expansion of our Wednesday night ministries, because our students occupy so much of our space on Wednesday night as they've grown so much over the last several years. This room behind me is going to be cutting edge. It's going to be lights and smoke and sound and video and places where they can hang out and develop relationships. But what we prayed about a few weeks ago as we all came up here as a church and prayed over this area is for those students that have yet to come, for those students who have yet to trust in Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. You see, that's part of what it means to outlive your life, to give where people can know and hear the gospel for those that are not yet here. Because the things we give, the time, our resources, our prayers, our efforts, all those things go to outlive our lives. And who knows the impact of what this room will be for many generations to come for students to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm standing in the second floor area before we get into the actual use space and the partial completion of that second floor space. The other side is actually where we are storing our uniforms at this point, our uniform ministry and shoes and all the things we do for that. We'll store it there for the time being anyway. But what's behind me is the elevator shaft. We've got to put an elevator up here to make it accessible to everyone, as well as the completion of bathroom space up here as well. Right now we're using those as life group space, but we need to convert those into restrooms so that students will have restrooms actually up here as well. So much to be done up here on the second floor, even besides our student ministry space. Right now I'm sitting in a multi-purpose space. It's located behind the sanctuary. It's where we have baptism, and right now, as you can see, it's where we're packing our weekly food backpacks for our primary school ministry, where the 130 of those will go out every Friday. And back here, we'll use this space for multi-use things, life group space, music ministry space, meeting space, all kinds of things we can do in this space back here, which is, again, an unfinished area of our first floor. But not only here, also in the sanctuary, we're making some improvements and some enhancements. We've got to replace our dimmer system that is no longer functional. We also want to replace lights and move to some LED lighting versus the standard lighting. We've got some air conditioning improvements that we need to make our system work more efficiently and effectively. And then also inside the building, we want to provide some signage so that we can help guests feel more comfortable when they come into our building, know where to go, including some guest reception areas in both foyers of our building to allow those that are yet to come, when they do come, they'll feel welcome and know where to go and feel more part of the life of Petal First Baptist Church. As you can see, I'm now standing outside in our parking lot, the part that is already completed. We need to reseal. This parking lot's been here for about 10, 12 years, so we need to reseal it, fill all the cracks and the holes there, and allow it to have more life for the years to come. And then on the other side where there's dirt right here, we're looking forward to adding about 90 parking spaces here. There are about 40 to 50 of you every single week that park on the grass, and we're so grateful for you. We'd like to add more paved parking back here, allow us to have parking access to our kitchen side, as well as to that multi-purpose side that we were talking about a little bit earlier. So these will be important improvements. We're also going to change our sign out to reflect our new logo, some LED lighting in our parking lots to make it brighter, some more shrubbery and landscaping around the sign to help it be more appealing to those that are driving by our church campus. These are just some of the incredible projects we have an opportunity as a church family to engage in together, to engage people with the hope of the gospel, to see lives transformed. So I hope you'll join me and my wife Rebecca and our leadership as we launch Outlive Your Life Phase 2 on March the 5th. It's Commitment Sunday, where we'll all come and bring a commitment card together of a one-time gift we want to give, as well as a commitment of a 3-year commitment that we want to raise somewhere around $500,000 to complete these projects. We're not going to borrow a single dollar. We'll only do as money becomes available, but we would love to complete these projects as quickly as possible. So would you join us in praying about your gift, praying about your seeking the Lord, praying about what God would do in your life and in the life of those who are yet to come to Petal First Baptist Church.